Hello friends, Ben here. Let's talk about the truth about keeping plants, live plants, in an African cichlid tank. Thank you for tuning in. As you know, I'm a big advocate of keeping plants in an African cichlid tank. Anubias, Java fern. Some of you have even suggested other types of plants that would work. I personally have had some good success with these Anubias. But let's get honest here. A couple of fish have been nipping on these plants. I caught an intermedius, a smaller intermedius, that I have since sold to a family, along with a couple other fish, and was nipping on the plants. Also, I've seen the Venusus actually take a nip or two. The Venusus that just came over from the 60. Now, I'm not sure if that's going to be a chronic situation, but you can see on some of the plants there are some little bites taken out of them. Now, on these plants, you do need to occasionally clean them off. That does add some time to your maintenance. And I just use a simple, soft scrubber, the kind you would use to hand wipe algae off the glass. I use that to wipe the plants off. And just recently, after watching a video by the legend, Rachel O'Leary, you can see her here.
It's time for a species spotlight. Today I'm going to do another plant for you guys, and it's one of my favorites. It's almost bomb-proof, grows in a wide range of conditions, and is gorgeous.
If you haven't visited her channel, you should. It's just full of tremendous amounts of content about a large variety of fish and fish situations, circumstances, diseases, equipment, you name it. She's got information on it. Visit her channel, very much worthwhile. At any rate, I saw a video that she put out, and if you look at some of my older videos, you'll see that a lot of these plants had long roots. I thought that was a good thing. A lot of roots, reaching out, grabbing onto rocks, things of this nature. And she made a suggestion that the roots should be trimmed. So I went ahead and did so. I trimmed the roots back. And I immediately noticed shoots and new growth. See there? Also, this little guy here popped up. Immediately there was new growth, and the plants all looked very, very healthy. I also trimmed away a lot of the sections that had been chewed up by that intermedius that has been rehomed. And as you can see, the plants all look very, very good now. But I tell you, if you want to keep Anubias, which I recommend, they will help with the O2, they'll help with nitrates, they help in a variety of areas, and of course they add aesthetics. There is work involved. I would say it adds maybe a half hour, depending what you're doing, to as much as an hour a week. So just keep that in mind when you add plants, and as long as you don't cut the rhizome, that large, thick root, finger-like root at the base of it, you just need to trim along the base. You can see here I gave it a real nice trim, a nice cut back. Doesn't hurt the plant, and helps the plant actually divert more of its energy into new growth and into creating new growth. You see roots started coming up, new roots started coming out immediately, like this one here. So when you see a tank with plants, keep in mind that you're seeing that tank usually after it's had maintenance, like this one, after it's been serviced and cleaned. And usually by the end of the week, I have small amounts of algae that have appeared, and those need to be scraped off. And now after watching Rachel O'Leary's video, you can be pretty sure that at least maybe once a month, maybe every 6 weeks, I'll pull these plants out and I will trim the roots, trim those roots back, cut away anything dead or that isn't thriving, and allow the plant to divert its energy into just looking lush and green. I am using Secam Flourish. It doesn't have a tremendous amount of nitrogen. I didn't want to add a lot of nitrogen to this water. The fish do a lot of that for me. So I didn't want something really heavy in any area. The Flourish is a gentle nutrient, and I think it's helping. So that's it for now. I still recommend very, very highly that you put plants in your tank. I love the way they look. And thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for getting the channel up to 5,000 subs. Very close. Maybe by the time you watch this, I'll be up and over 5,000. And let's look at the fish for a few minutes, and then we'll end off with a couple comments. One is that I have brought over a couple guys, as you saw in my prior video. Lenny was yawning for us, right on cue. I've also brought over the Fusco, who immediately started demonstrating or showing more color. You can see the blue in his face. This Fusco, I think, is going to be spectacular. Great coloration. It's got some browns, some blues, great markings. Looking forward to watching this guy develop. Living Stony. Just a big brute of a fish. These two are always challenging each other. The Otter Point, and this fellow right here. I went ahead and sold the intermediates, the smaller one, which probably would have ended up as spectacular as this one, but I didn't need another one. It was just a matter of time before this one would have destroyed that intermedius just off of the challenge of another male. So I went ahead and rehomed him. You'll also notice that, regretfully, the eye biter is no longer here, and also the female Bucochromis is now gone. I just needed to make some room. I'm just adding a lot of fish and needed room. And since I'm working towards an all-male tank, I just needed to rehome those fish. They have gone to great homes, and they're going to do very, very well where they are. So there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you rock.